Here we go. So, yes, this very well may explode for all we know. We don't know what may or may not happen. This is coming from Japan, so cause of failure. So there was a failure of test flight number 1. This is test flight number 2, so we may see something go boom here. That's very, very possible. Are they private rocket makers? So this is part of JAXA. This is part of JAXA. Let me pull it up here. This is the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency. So this is like NASA to them. This is their NASA. So no, it is a government-based one. Good question. Good question. This is making people panic. Well, I mean, no. At the end, it could explode. The first one exploded. Second one will probably explode as well. It is what it is. Is there a live cam of the moon rocket as it travels? Not publicly. Not publicly. That is kept close to the vest in the mission control. Drew, this is Japan. This is Japan. Japan is going to be launching their H2, their H3. This is test number 2 of the H3 rocket. Test number 1 did explode, so we're going to find out if this one explodes or not. And we are less than 1 hour till this. This is less than 1 hour till the launch. As you guys can see here, this is based out of Japan. They're going to be launching this. It's an experimental rocket. So they still testing? Yes. Hopefully, you know, the question is, if it does explode, where does it land? Is it going to hit a city? Is it going to hit the ocean? So there's a lot at stake here. There is a lot at stake here. It'll land in North Korea. There you go. So guys, tap your screens, tap your screens. If you're new here, hit that follow button. If you're new here, hit the follow button. Coming to you live. We're at less than 57 minutes right now. Thank you, Erica, for the follow. So what happened after the first explosion? Rocket quit going burr. They revamped it. They're hoping that this... Oh, look. It's an 18-inch dildo. No, so they actually... That is a model of the rocket. And what it looks like. You got the solid rocket boosters on the very bottom. And it's very, very girthy and very tall. And this is the rocket that will be launching today, known as the H3. It must have a self-destructive mechanism. Well, we're talking about a country who doesn't have that much of a space program. So let's hope they have something. Chris goes, that's what she said. Just the way that he, like, grabbed it and pulled, like... I'm just like, wow, okay. But this, the dead cat on his microphone just adds to the totalness. It just adds to the totalness. But, yeah, so we get to see, most likely this rocket's going to fall out of the sky and explode. Let's be honest. Most likely this will do what the very first test of H3 did. So what country is launching it? Japan is launching this. I wonder if they've talked with Elon. Most likely not. You know, most likely not. He hasn't seen one that big. Look, he is shocked. He's just like eyeing it up. Guys, tap that follow button if you are new here. We give you guys live content. This is live. They're just launching it into orbit. They're just going to launch it up into orbit. If they can get it up there, cool. If they can't get it up, then, you know, back to the drawing board. So, we're going to find out here. So, supposedly it's high flexibility, high reliability, high cost effectiveness. Its girth is 5.2 meters, and its total length is 57 meters. And that is what it looks like. Yeah. Hi, Sharon. I see you over here at TikTok as well. Hello, Sharon. Chris. So this is the rocket. It's known as a launch vehicle. The launch vehicle is going to be launching in about 54 minutes. Okay, they just changed their entire... Their countdown clock is definitely not, is it? Yeah, okay. We're back on sync. Our countdown clock is back on sync. I have no idea. You can see their stream is just terrible over there. They need to investigate the oceans. The oceans, they are really undiscovered. There's not much discovered. What's the purpose of this launch? Japan's trying to get another launch vehicle that can launch. They have issues with launch vehicles. They don't have that big of a space program. Effectiveness. Effectiveness or efficiency? Effectiveness sounds like it's expensive. It's a big rocket. It's definitely not efficient whatsoever. They are using AOL dial-up. Yeah. I mean, like, they're not sending keyframes, so every, like, 3 minutes, their feed goes out of sync with ours, and it sucks. Hello, everyone. My name is John Hury. I am a journalist and will be your host for today's interview. That's what it says. Mr. Shigeru Mori, who was in charge of the second attempt at launching of the H3 launch vehicle, was here at Taganishima to review what happened on the first attempt to launch the fated launch vehicle. Thank you for having me. Yikes. Could you please show us the way? Of course. Let me lead the way. This is their launch control center. I got more screens than them in front of me. Oh, goodness, guys. This is the Launch Control Building, or LCC as we call it. It is used to perform dangerous operations remotely, such as fueling the rocket and testing the rocket's functions. Looking back in time with a sense of caution, could you tell us a more general overview of what happened? Approximately 5 seconds after the LE-9 ignited, the solid rocket boosters on both sides ignited, making propelling the rocket upwards. First, the SRBs burned out and separated, then the satellite fairing separated. As the rocket reached a high altitude outside of the atmosphere, the LE-9 engine burned until the fuel in the first stage was depleted and it was safely shut down. The first and second stages of the rocket were separated afterwards. So far, the rocket was mainly operating according to plan. After the first and second stages separated, the second stage engine was supposed to ignite. Now they're going into Japanese. I don't know Japanese. Combustion, the second stage gets ignited. I was focused on the graph. But as soon as I saw that combustion pressure was not going up when it should have, I kind of thought then and there that the mission had failed, but it was hard to tell. I asked the technicians of each system for a favor. I asked them if they could sort out the information they knew about. And what exactly happened to our system from the beginning until the failure. I think this was still an hour right after the failure. We had to work quickly. We were on a time crunch to identify what could have gone wrong. Their stream is terrible, I'm telling you guys. So, what did you identify? What were the possible causes of the problem? And how were they identified in the immediate aftermath of the rocket failure? You on TikTok too? Yes, Catherine, yes. Right after the incident, we were able to find that the proper signal was sent for second stage engine ignition, but the power source, which ultimately, oh my god, you can see the cuts happening. Like, this is terribly put together, guys. We work to identify all the possibilities. So, where are we now, and what do you use it for? This is LP2, Launchpad 2, at the Tagamisha Space Center, which is the launch pad for the H3 launch vehicle. The first launch vehicle was launched from here. And our second launch will be conducted right here as well. What kind of preparations have you made up to this second attempt of the launch? After the failure of the first attempt, we have been investigating the cause of the failure through various reproducible tests. Through our investigations, we were able to narrow down our options to just several scenarios. The launch vehicle we are currently assembling in the vehicle assembly building has applied the countermeasures we have been engaged. Countermeasures? Wait a minute. Hold it. That just said countermeasures. Countermeasures. What the are you guys launching that you need countermeasures for? Okay. The ceilings are very high as this building is dedicated to assembling rockets. It's called a VAB for a reason, buddy. This is the mobile launch pad for the H3. Over there is our H3 launch vehicle number 2. I'm scared. Countermeasures? What do you need? Why does a rocket need countermeasures? This is real, yes. This is the first stage of the H3 launch vehicle. Mr. Mori, you have finally come this far after overcoming various hardships. In retrospect, what improvement have you made to a point where you are confident in launching the rocket? We spent around 8 months after the failure of the first vehicle trying to determine the cause. We started by asking ourselves what could have happened, and then gradually narrowed down the factors. We finally decided to take action on all the remaining scenarios, leading us to make design changes and improvements. We then reassembled the improved fuselage at the Tagamisha Space Center. To confirm that everything was okay, we are ready to go. And all in all, these investigations allow us to feel confident. Thank you very much for your time. I don't know. And again, they don't send keyframes, so here we are 30 seconds delayed because they don't send keyframes in their broadcast. It's a broadcast standard. You send keyframes, otherwise it gets out of sync. Battery, control device, ignition exciter. I'm excited now. No. So they're running A and B batteries to separate control devices, and then one of them should ignite. Casey, but if they fail, they can't hide it, right? They will be like, it is going according to plan. My oh my. My oh my. It's flying so high. No, Tommy, this isn't Japan. This isn't Japan. Like, if I'm gonna be honest, like if you're on the West Coast or if you're in Hawaii, I'd be a little cautious because God only knows where this thing could come down. Just my opinion. That's an opinion. Brian's like confused. This is a very disorganized launch, okay? This is from Japan. This is a very disorganized launch. I just want to make that very well known that this is very disorganized. Especially, look, they're talking about how, like, if A and B batteries both, like, you have redundancy, but if one of them doesn't turn on, then it's not going to ignite. What the hell? That's not how A and B works. Or rocket's so much better than stupid Elon American rocket. Definitely not the case. What are they launching? They are launching a giant experimental rocket that could explode. That's what. That's what they're doing in 44 minutes or so. They're going to send anime weebs to North Korea. Oh, goodness gracious. Guys, tap that follow button if you're new here. We're live on YouTube as well. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube where I do full-length, full 4K videos of breaking news updates. Hey, Catherine, I love how Catherine said that. I love how you said that in the Discord. Will it end in an explosion? Is it really that unorganized? Yes. Yes, it is. It's very disorganized. They're also the same people who won't send us keyframes, and it's like, how are we supposed to broadcast this if we don't have keyframes from you? Because right now we're running on like a 20-second delay, and it's like every 3 minutes there's a 20-second delay, and it's just terribly put together. Like, I guarantee you their laptops probably don't even have anything on the screen. It's all propaganda if you ask me. I vote for an explosion's more entertaining. Should we be concerned here in the States? I'd be a little concerned if this thing comes down in the States. There's nothing promising this is going to go into orbit. If you're on the West Coast, I'd be a little cautious because you may end up with a rocket in your backyard for all we know. Image of current flowing to the wrong place. What? Huh? 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 What? Can't you hear them talking? Yeah, I can hear them talking. I can hear them talking, and it's just... Like, why would a component... Why would a component shift and redirect current? Like, this is this how you guys put your rockets together? Like, loose components? Just know it was nice knowing you all. I don't know, guys. This is a space agency using like $15 microphones. My microphone was $400. Our audio processor was $800. That's like a $60 audio setup. And they're launching a giant rocket heading towards the United States. They are launching, you know, like they're I just can't. They can't even give us keyframes. They're using a $60 audio setup and they're talking about like how their components get loose. And then they're talking about adding countermeasures to a rocket. The hell? Why do you need countermeasures to a scientific rocket? Just a me. That's just a me thing. That is just a me thing. Why are you adding countermeasures to a rocket? What's it for? Japan wants rockets. Japan wants rockets, that's what. We're 39 minutes here, guys. I need to know if I need to be prepared. Well, if it falls out of the sky over the United States, I would say yes, you better be prepared. Their first launch failed. This is their second launch. The question is it actually going to launch or is it going to be a failure to launch? Just being honest over here. No work tomorrow, yay. John, it says imminent rocket launch. Imminent. We're less than 40 minutes away from seeing if this thing blows up. Digging Chaos, thank you for the follow and the share, buddy. It's just going to be F-35 booster screaming into the sky. Like, I love how they made up all of these diagrams as to, like, what went wrong in the very first one and how they corrected it. Like, who has loose capacitors? Who has loose capacitors is the question. I've never heard of a rocket being launched from a government agency having a loose capacitor. I've never heard of that. Guys, if you're new here, hit that follow button, tap your screens, Oh, guys, look, we're like 15 seconds behind because they don't send keyframes out. They bought it from Temu! Yeah, they did. This is a Temu rocket launch. Why is the guy so sad? You mean that guy? You mean the guy that pulled out an 18-inch dildo earlier? He's sad because he saw and felt something he'll never have. Yeah, he's always frowning. I want to make a side bet blows up. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you guys. I don't think this thing's going to work the way that they're talking about it. I don't think it's going to work. He knows it's going to fail, but he's got to act like he made it. Oh my god, that's so freaking hilarious. That's actually hilarious. He's got to act like it made it. My oh my. Whoa, back in this ball. It's going to be video of a SpaceX launch, and it's going to have the SpaceX blurred out like the Japanese knockoff, right? Oh my god, guys, this is gonna be something. Dookie, oh my gosh, what is happening? Are you sure this is not a movie or Godzilla comes out and eats this rocket? We couldn't be lucky enough. You can see them. They're literally lagging out. They're like, you know. It will say Mattel on the side. I just, like, there's a rocket in the background. We can see the rocket in the background there. There's the vehicle assembly building behind her. Hi. Oh my god, they can't even... This is gonna be terrible, guys. This is gonna be absolutely terrible. This is gonna be terrible. Oh, well, there's the blur. Let's blur out this stuff. Why do you need to blur it out? Why do you need to blur that out? He's just like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Oh, here, let's just act like we're gonna push this rocket, guys. Let's act like we're gonna push this rocket. And he's just like, this is gonna fail. Just imagine that falls. It probably has fallen, for all we know. India moon landing. India's gonna be launching here soon. I think tomorrow they're launching something. Like, this is like a total NASA knockoff of a vehicle assembly building. Like, this is a total knockoff. Who uses solid rocket boosters that small? Like, seriously, who uses small-ass solid rocket boosters? He's just gonna try to get out of this without a court-martial. Attaching supporting message. That's a support message? Wow, okay. RTF! There's your support message. I hope we launch. RTF! Oh wow, look, a satellite. It's all uncovered. God only knows that there's probably... Ah, there's the gloves and the masks. There you go. Because let's just have a satellite just hanging out in a dusty-ass building. Someone just sneezes over the camera and they get up to space and there's just a giant hawker right there. What the hell? That's a tiny satellite. Yeah, but let's launch this giant-ass rocket for this entire thing, for that tiny satellite. Like, look at this. You don't need a rocket that big. SpaceX has proved that you don't need a rocket that big to launch a tiny satellite. God, could you imagine if that was true? Launching soon. Up 30-second delay because they don't send us keyframes. You know, we do broadcast and they can't even send us a freaking keyframe. Oh. Hi. Sad man's back. Oh my god, guys. A rocket's got to be pointy after all. That's what she said. I just... This is going to be a very laggy stream, and it's not us who lags. Ask anyone. Ask anyone who watches my rocket launches. I don't have lag. This is a Japan issue. Oh, let's just add a drone. Let's add a drone here. You can see the choppiness of the video. Look, right there. If the rocket hits the rocks, it'll be bad. Yeah, like, let's just build a rocket launch facility near a ton of boulders. Who decides that? Who decides this is great for a rocket launch? I'm shocked we don't see an earthquake right now. They've been having him a lot more lately. Show me Patrick from SpongeBob singing. Tsunami prone spot, exactly. Ah, here we go, guys. We have the Launch Control Center with what appears to be a 360p video feed. There's no such thing as cable management. Look at all the wires behind the monitors. That's not cable management. Look at that mess. Why do I feel like this is another a Chernobyl in the making? Why do I feel like this is another Chernobyl in the making? Is this pre-recorded? He was just staring into the camera and now he's over talking. Either their lag is so bad or this looks like it was pre-recorded. I'm telling you, He's blinking a lot behind me. Look. Have the bodies been recovered from Titan? The human remains have been recovered. Preacher, what's up, buddy? How are you, Preacher? How you doing, man? How are you doing? How are you doing, buddy? How are you doing, buddy? Make me a die. We don't know exactly what was left from the remains. That's still something we don't fully know. Play with magic. What mission is it? This is the H3 launch vehicle number 2. Yeah, high cost effectiveness, not efficiency, effectiveness. So we know. Up, guys. Here's Japan launching more rockets, thinking the United States is going to pay them back. We owe them money. Casey. It'll be launched into the exact same orbit as launch vehicle number 1. Wow. Wow, it's going to launch into the same exact orbit. I feel like all of this, all of that, all of this just for this little rink-a-dink thing here. Why? Why are we adding more space junk? Why do we have space junk? What is this? This is a rocket launch from our lovely friends in Japan. We owe everybody money. Tell them to get in line, right? Right? Japan has OSHA. Japan have OSHA? Oh my god. This is ridiculous, guys. This is just ridiculous at the end of the day. My, oh my. I'm telling you guys, I don't think that, let's catch up. Let's catch up. 24. Like, why are we putting a Mount Fuji? Why are we putting a thing of Mount Fuji up in the air? I'm modding over on TikTok. I had to hop over here, at least say hi. Oh god, guys, we're 24 minutes away. Is this thing gonna go boom, or is this thing going to soar into the heavens? We don't know. My vote is going boom. I love it. My vote is going boom. Smile more. Holly DuPont. Thank you for subscribe. Linz, thank you. Justina, thank you as well. Thank you, guys. Much appreciated. Damn. He's working on 3 guys. Be able to see this rocket. Most likely not, no. I'd say no. I'd say no. Maybe Hawaii. But that'd even be pushing it. That'd be pushing it. John. RTF. My oh my. I don't get it, guys. I don't get it. It goes big boom. Right? Right? That's what I'm waiting for, guys. I'm just waiting for this. I think we know what's going to happen. You sure this is not a Godzilla movie from the 60s? I'm sure. Okay. Okay. Let's see here, guys. Trying to work on something to try to fix their frame rate issue. They have a major display rate issue, and I hate it. There we go. Slowly trying to make this look a little bit better. Whoops. I just have to go in, and I'm manually changing some frame rate issue settings here, trying to get this fixed without doing too much. Almost done over here on our bottom section. It's a little bit better there. Okay, there we go. Darling, trust me, darling. Almost done. One last one. And then we should be up to a higher hertz. Trying to match their hertz is what we're trying to do. Here we go. Is this why we're on? No, this isn't why we're on high alert. No. That's a lot to do with the Middle East, if I'm being honest. That has a lot to do with the Middle East. Try something here as well. I'm a bad liar. Is it? Yeah, trying to fix the we're fix. So they run a keyframe that's a bit different rate than us. So I'm over here trying to see what I could do to adjust that frame rate. with it's the issue with how they are. It's the issue with how they are. So my apologies. I'm just over here trying my best to fix what I can. That's all. That's all, guys. Don't mind me. We'll have it done before. Right now, we're just trying to adjust to what we can. Okay. There we go. Yeah, that's all. We're just trying to adjust what we can. That's the issue when we cover international things is they have a different frame rate in hertz than us. So it kind of throws stuff off. So fix it on our broadcast end here before this launch happens. That's all. Which it will be going black here in a couple seconds. We're pushing through an update that will hopefully fix it. Okay, here we go. There we go. There we go. Should be a little bit better. I'm hoping that it is. I'm hoping that it is. Michael, thank you, buddy. Thank you, thank you. Much appreciated. Much, much, much appreciated. Okay. And now let's see here. I think we figured out here what we had to do to get this good and dandy. Let's see if this actually helps it or not. Brandon, I think it's back up to 2 now. I think it was 1 for a little while, and then they bumped it back up to number 2. Cheeseburger, right, buddy? Right? There we go. I don't know about January 16th. Okay, guys, we're about 9 minutes here. We're getting very close. We got the frame rate. There's the rocket on the pad. You can see the rocket there. Rocket is on the pad. tune in here. It looks like a video game. It's Japan. What do you expect, buddy? What do you expect? And there is the fairing. That's where the satellite is being held. No, this is just a satellite. Let's go, Japan. To me, this is exciting as a heavy launch. I mean, it's a pretty big rocket. It definitely is big. We can see it being filled at the very tip top there. Okay, guys, we're about 5 minutes away here. It's about 5 minutes away for the launch. As we come on into here. This is an important launch. It's an experimental launch from Japan, so pretty important. Pretty important. Power Rangers, let's go. 4 minutes, 10 seconds on the top. Let's see how this goes, guys. Tap your screens, tap your screens. tea and rum. I'm dead. Game and go. Hey, Casey. What's the backstory? We send our rockets up multiple times a week. Just curious is all. This is Japan. So this is a Japanese rocket. The first one failed. And this is test number 2 of the launch. The song is Nathan Evans. It's a TikTok song, actually. It's called Wellerman. I'm so eppy, but I'm here just in time. Sleepy? You're so sleepy? Is that where it is, Hannah? 2 minutes, 36 seconds here. Let's see. Four hours ahead of Washington. Down that. 1 minute, 30 seconds. Casey. $60 seconds. My clock's a little weird. 30 seconds. Okay, we got we have what appears to be sound suppression on the bottom side there. Lots of heavy what appears to be steam. Nearing 10 seconds. We have ignition sparks at the bottom and the base of the rocket. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we have liftoff coming. It has cleared the tower. It's so slow. It's moving at 200 kilometers an hour, an altitude of 500 meters. Here's where we get to see, does everything go the way they were hoping? Nearing 700 kilometers an hour at about 3 kilometers downrange. Vehicles at 1,000 kilometers an hour. Vehicle is now supersonic. Entering 8.4 kilometers downrange. Dial-up makes everything look faster, right, Casey? It's terrible. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Okay, we still have tracking on it. It's at 2,400 kilometers an hour. 25, excuse me, 2,500. This is the worst feed I've ever seen from a government space agency. $3,500 kilometers per hour. It's 33 kilometers downrange, 34 now. Solid rocket booster should be detaching here any second. Okay, we got one detached. We got both detached. Okay, we got detachments of the solid rocket booster. No idea where they're going to go or fall. The rocket is still going. The rocket looks sideways. That rocket looks sideways, guys. It's not manned, no. That looks sideways to me. They took our telemetry away. We have no telemetry anymore. I'm hoping... Okay, we got telemetry back. It looks sideways, and they cut our video feed from it. They cut our video feed, and now we're going off of CGI. I don't know if that was a successful launch. Missile disguised as a rocket genius, right? I am skeptical right now. I don't think... that thing was going sideways. It's going somewhere else. Yeah, no. 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 We would have video. If this was actually a successful launch, we should have video. I don't think that was... I don't think that was a successful launch. I'm going to say I don't think that was successful. I don't believe that was actually... that last portion there does not look right. That last part does not... No. It's probably swimming in the ocean at the moment. U.S. Navy, it's time to rock and roll. Yeah, you know, because it was, see, right here, that's not what a rocket's supposed to do. It's not supposed to go sideways like that. That's sideways. Where that camera angle was, this is sideways. And then... shockingly, we get clouds, and then we get sent out to here. That was, yeah, that doesn't, I don't believe, I think that this is, CGI right now, because that did not look like it actually went to orbit whatsoever. That did not look like it was to orbit in any way, shape, or form, guys. It just doesn't. I'm sorry, but it doesn't. Yeah, no. It's a rolling rocket, right? Yeah, and like now it's claiming that the speed is stuck at 12,400. It's falling in velocity. It's at 12,455 kilometers an hour. SpaceX goes to 27,000 kilometers an hour. Why is this only at 12,000? And they're claiming... Wait a minute. They're claiming the altitude is 440 kilometers. No. No, 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 no. There's no way that that is at 460 kilometers. Yeah, yeah, guys. No. I say no. I say no. There's no way it's at 400. The altitude is not 480 kilometers. It's not. There's no way. There's no way that it is that. There's just no way. They're claiming it's... They are claiming that it is... They're claiming it's over 310 miles above Earth right now. There's no way. Yeah, no. That didn't happen. There's no way. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. Yeah, no. I really don't see this actually. No. Why would you send a satellite straight? Like, no. This is Japan. This is a Japan rocket. And what is going on in the background? Oh, there's an ad in the background. I was like, what is going on in the background? Yeah, so guys, take it for what you will. I don't think this actually happened. I don't think this actually happened. I think that they lost it and that they're going to just say that it actually launched and is in orbit just so that way they don't look like a terrible, you know. Yeah, no. That rocket was definitely going sideways. I just wanted to do this broadcast here to show you guys this. Be sure to hit that follow button. Yeah, no. I will see you guys all on the next launch. Have a great weekend. Hannah, yep, Miss Toy, thank you guys so much. Julie, Dookie, you guys are awesome. Thank you guys.